Hey everybody, it's Zach the Jedi Otaku. It's time for another episode of RWBY, RWBY. Why? Because it's Volume 3, Chapter 8, Destiny.
Destiny! Destiny! No escaping us from me!
Last chapter we had beginning of the end where we got to see a lot of stuff. We got the back history of Amber and Cinder and Emerald and Mercury. So we know that Cinder has part of Amber's powers. We're getting to learn more about it. I am so stoked to see what's about to happen. This one is called Destiny. There's so much that we got to learn. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more chapters to get through till start of Volume 4. And so pumped right now. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a World of Remnant video, and I'll add that with the rest of the remaining 4 videos. I think there's only 2 or 3 left, so it's not a problem to add those in, and we'll move forward from there before we start Volume 4, and I'll cheat the episode. So I'm excited for that. So let's get into it. Ready? Play.
I'm sorry, but you've left us with no choice.
But he attacked me!
Video footage and millions of viewers say otherwise.
But Yang would never do that. Yeah.
Back to this.
You all seem like good students. And the staff here at Beacon are
I
fully
like this
aware
angle that they have it
lash
at.
out the way you did, under normal circumstances. What I believe, and hope this to be, is nothing more than the result of stress and adrenaline. When you're out on the battlefield, your judgment can become clouded in an instant. Sometimes you see things that simply aren't there, even after the fight is past.
But
We're
I
not
wasn't
talking
just-
about this fight. We're talking about your fight. Something happens. I
The sad
would.
truth is, whether it was an accident or an assault, it doesn't matter. The world saw you attack an innocent student. They've already drawn their own conclusions, and it's my job to inform you that you're disqualified.
Don't do that to them. The whole team. Fuck.
You guys believe me, right?
Duh! You're hot-headed, but not ruthless.
Blake?
Oh no. Blake thinks she did it.
I want to believe you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Blake?
No. But you're
How can you
lobsters.
say something like that? Yang would never lie to
No.
us.
I had someone very dear
Adam.
to me change. It wasn't in an instant, it was gradual. Little choices that began to pile up. He told me not to worry. At first they were accidents, then it was self-defense. Before long, even I began to think he was right. This is all just very familiar. But you're not him, and you've never done anything like this before. So, I want to trust you. I will trust you. But first, I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me that he attacked you. I need you to promise me that you regret having to do what you did. I saw him attack me, so I attacked back.
Okay, good.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna rest up. We'll get out of your hair.
I think this episode also looks like it's an upgrade of models from the last.
This is a
This
mess.
whole volume
Is she doing okay?
looks so good.
She's doing the best she can.
I heard Mercury and his team rushed back to Haven to be with his family.
Now they're in Haven.
Until they land, no one can really question him about what happened.
If there's anything we can do, please don't hesitate to ask.
All right then. If that's the case,
You gonna ask?
Pyrrha?
Yep.
You be sure to win one for Beacon, okay? It's what Yang would want.
No.
I'll do my best.
sure to watch tonight in case you're picked.
Oh, she's...
Sorry, but I think I've had enough fighting for 1 year.
Ditto. Coffee?
Tea.
Huh. I like these little bits that we're getting with all the different characters.
You heard the lady. No more moping around. We gotta get your butt in shape for the big fight. It could be tomorrow. It could be the most important fight of your entire
You can't let your concern for Yang hold you back. You need to focus. You'll be defending the honor of Beacon Academy.
Of course.
This blend of herbs and vegetables is filled with nutrients vital to your body's well-being.
Oh, that's...
Please, there's no need to thank me.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Ugh, that looks like slime from a lake bed.
Algae contains numerous spectacular properties. See for yourself.
And this is the most we've ever heard Ren speak.
What is wrong with you?
Me? You're the one that wasted perfectly good juice.
We're supposed to help her and not poison her.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with that.
If it looks the same coming up as it does going down, then there's something wrong.
Hey, how about we all get some fresh air?
Maybe they are gonna be a thing? Maybe? Come on, John and Pyrrha, be a thing. I mean, they're like almost holding hands right there.
Firecracker.
Oh.
Hey, Crow.
So, why'd you do it?
You know why.
All I know is that you attacked a helpless kid. So either you're lying, or you're crazy.
I'm not lying.
Crazy. Got it.
Who knows? Maybe I am.
And here I thought your dark-haired friend was the emo one.
I saw my mom.
That made him stop.
I was in a lot of trouble. Took a pretty hard hit. But when I came to, the person attacking me was gone.
Raven.
And I thought I saw... her. Her sword. Like the one in you and Dad's old picture.
You're not crazy, Yang. That was your mom, all right. Let me guess. She didn't say a word, did she?
How did you know that?
I don't see my sister very often, but she does try to keep in touch. Whenever it suits her.
Wait,
His sister?
you mean you talked to her? That was real?
Yeah, she found me. Had a tip from my most recent assignment, and wanted me to give you a message.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I was trying to wait for the right time, and this sure ain't it. But I guess you deserve to know. She wanted me to tell you that she saved you once, but you shouldn't expect that kindness again. Raven's got an interesting way of looking at the world that I don't particularly agree with, and she's dangerous. But you're a tough egg, kiddo. Shouldn't let this tournament thing get you down. You had a slip up. Sometimes bad things just happen. I say it's time you move on.
Move on to what?
Well, Raven let some info slip before she took off. If you ever want to track her down, I think I might be able to help.
Search for Raven and the clue she holds. The shading is so dynamic in this episode. I'm flabbergasted. Amber freaking out about it. Are they gonna kiss?
It's no
Come
good,
on.
but I think it still
Kiss.
might do some good.
Be a thing.
Right. Thank you, Jean.
Come on, men. Let's go back to the fairgrounds. I'll win you another
Hmm.
You were the first person to ever believe in me. You know that? Even when I told my parents I was going to Beacon, they told me not to worry if I ended up having to move back home.
Hmm.
How depressing is that?
I'm sure they didn't mean.
I guess I'm just trying to say that you've always been there for me, even when I didn't deserve it. And I can tell there's something on your mind, so I don't know. How can I help?
You're already doing it. Sean.
Hmm?
I don't know what to do.
What
She
do
didn't
you
talk to
mean?
him about Amber.
Do you believe in destiny?
Yes.
I don't know. I guess that depends on how you view it.
When I think of destiny, I don't think of a predetermined fate you can't escape, but rather some sort of final goal, something you work towards your entire life.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, sure.
Well, what would you do if something came along that you never expected? Something that had the potential to stand between you and your destiny?
Like, what?
Or what if you could suddenly fulfill your destiny in an instant, but at the cost of who you were?
Pyrrha, you're not making any sense.
None of it makes sense. This isn't how things were supposed to happen.
I'm sorry, please, I'm just trying to understand what's wrong.
I've always felt as though I was destined to become a huntress, to protect the world. And it's become increasingly clear to me that my feelings were right. But
Not in the way you expected.
I don't know if I can do it.
Of course you can. The Pyrenikos I know would never back down from a challenge. And if you really believe it's your destiny to save the world, you can't let anything stand in your way. Pyrrha?
Stop.
Did I say something wrong?
Stop! John!
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
Pyrrha, wait!
Run after her, John! Run! Damn it. That must have hurt like a bitch.
What did I say?
Oh. That would really be nice. Huh.
Ruby, how you going?
Hi, Velvet. What are you up to?
Oh, you know, just working on my photography. Do you want to see?
Huh.
That's better.
Huh.
I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Thanks.
I think it's just awful what people are saying about her. Yang's such a nice person.
Huh. Well, I'm glad someone thinks so.
Most people don't know what it's like on the battlefield. I mean, even experienced fighters can get scared and start seeing things. If it happened to Coco, it can happen to anyone.
Coco?
Happened to Coco too?
Yeah. She swore she saw Yatsu with her in the forest during the fight with Emerald and Mercury, but he never even made it out of the Geisa fields. Stress-induced hallucinations, apparently.
Both dealing with Mercury's team. Come on. You know it's suspicious.
Sorry.
Look at that hair. That's some really intense hair, both of them. Is Pyrrha just gonna not show up?
Emerald's here?
Isn't she supposed to be in Haven? Why are you here, Emerald? Suspicious.
All right, it's now time to begin the randomization process for our next fight.
Random. Boom! Showdown!
Mercury?
It looks like our first contender is Penny Polendina from Atlas.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's Penny.
And your opponent will be Kira Nikos from Big
No! No!
No.
Ooh, polarity versus
No! Shit!
That could be bad.
You're gonna screw up. No! Oh man. Fuck. This is really bad. This is really bad. No. Oh man. Shit. I can't believe the amount of progression that the show has had over the course of 3 volumes. Even the course of this volume, I've seen so much in terms of the animation that's been evolved, and the storytelling and the character development. All of it has been so flawless this season, and it just keeps, every episode keeps raising the bar in intensity, in anticipation, in dialogue, and in every sense of the word. Every episode raises the bar continuously and throughout. I cannot say that enough. Wow. Just looking at it seemed like the models were upgraded this time with the shading and the coloring. Everything was so dynamic. Just them when John was sitting down and you could see his shoes that were Converse, but they're clearly as like so detailed. I love the amount of detail that the animators are putting into this. So good. Going into the actual story this time from this episode, I like how Ironwood was talking about himself, not necessarily Yang and the rest of the group. We can assume that has to do something with his metallic arm, which I'm assuming is a metallic arm. I don't know if we've ever actually seen it, but he wears the glove and he says the arm's acting up on him. So I assume he has a metallic arm or a prosthetic of some kind. And that he is, whatever that reason is why he was so biting towards Yang and the rest of the group. And Blake's reaction, I thought, was very well done, very in character, and it really pushed the stakes further up because that's who Yang believes always has her back, and that was a betrayal. And I thought it was a really nice way of doing it. Not nice that it was a betrayal, but the way that they did it and the way that they raised the stakes by doing it. I really enjoyed that aspect of the storytelling. The Nora and Ren being coaches, I was dying. Love that. Very funny bit. And it was necessary for this very emotional episode. That small bit of, I don't know, a minute, 30 seconds was very needed and necessary to add that levity to the episode. And I think this is the hardest I've ever laughed in the series. That was just so good. I loved Pyrrha's moping and her being conflicted about the tournament versus Amber and becoming a maiden. And the dynamic in her head is so intense. So if you think about it, it's like, all right, I'm going to be let's say I want to be a politician or I want to be part of government, of city government, because I believe that I can actually affect change. And then being told as soon as you're like as soon as you're like an intern or whatever, no, wait, you're going to be the president. What? That is very intense. That is a lot to take on and a lot to really consider. And so I like how she's so conflicted with that. John, you're getting so close, and wow, I wanted them to kiss so much, and I'm so hard on this relationship, and I love how it moved slowly, and it moved it's moving in a very realistic and worthwhile way. I just going from everything we've seen, just him holding hands and Pyrrha being out of her mind about it, and just her going into him and leaning over into him. I thought that was beautiful. It was just a beautiful moment. We also got a lot of stuff from Crow about Raven, Yang's mom, and I didn't realize that those were the siblings. I thought that Crow was related to their dad. I thought his brother was the dad, but he's actually brothers with Raven. So he's not actually related to RWBY at all in that regard, right? He shares nothing in common with RWBY, blood-wise, I'm guessing. But their relationship seems very strong as well. And I like that. It's a very realistic take on family relationships nowadays. I thought that was a nice thing. But what was really interesting is that his comments about Raven, and that she is dangerous, and that her mindset is very different than most normal people. And it seems like she might be cool-hearted. It makes me suspect that she may be a queen on the chessboard herself. Not the Black Queen, but she may be a White Queen or a Red Queen, so to speak. I thought the music at the end was really, really good for ramping up. Whoever decided that music choice was really smart, because I was getting intense. I was into it. I was there, and it just made the build up so much more of revealing that Mercury was still there and that they're about to fight, and that Pyrrha's about to fight Penny. I thought that was a great cliffhanger. So cool. And I'm super nervous about Penny. I've been nervous about Penny since Cinder figured out that she was a robot, and now we're seeing Polarity versus Metal, and I'm nervous and scared, and I am excited to see what happens. So like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys thought of my reaction and my review. And as always, Jedi Talking out.